Welcome to Coffee Chats with Mom and Dad. I'm Dad.
Is this what we're calling it?
No, but I thought that was going to be funny. And you're like, I'm Mom. And together we're Mom and Dad. Oh, you have a Mom cup, imagine.
Yeah.
We should have Mom and Dad cups.
Okay.
Cling. Leave comments if you'd like us to do a regular, would you watch our breakfast show? Breakfast in the morning with Jonathan and Anna. Drive time.
Breakfast not be in the morning.
Wait, no, I'm like one of those drive time shows. Everyone watches videos while eating their breakfast. We should make a show
I
called
don't.
like... Really?
No.
Oh, you're right. You do your hair.
Makeup.
Leave comments. What do you do when watching video? I tend to watch most of YouTube eating granola in the morning time. So Anna has pulled all of the questions for this because Anna pulls better questions. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that.
Well, I just
better.
know what I'm looking for. Like, I know that we've answered a lot. We've been on YouTube for like
10 years.
Yeah, so we've answered a lot, and any question that I saw that we've already answered, I just skipped past. Anything goes. Like,
Anything goes.
I didn't see any one question and think, oh, I don't want to answer that. Like, anything that I, you know, thought seemed awkward or like weird or anything, I put it in.
Put it in the pot.
Because I wanted it to be interesting. I'm just
There we
letting
go.
you guys know there's nothing that is going to be unanswered, pretty much. So
Anna's the question asker.
I'm just going to jump right in.
I have not seen any of these questions.
No,
by the way.
I didn't let him. Well, you probably saw some, but I didn't let you
Okay.
know which ones I picked. What was your reaction to your first hate comment, and why did you react the way you did? So if you can think about the first, or like
Oh
one of
my
the
goodness.
first hate comments that you got, and how you reacted, or how it made
Wow.
you feel.
Why haven't I good for anybody? I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I'm gonna get back. It was probably a long time ago. It was I would say more than likely the first hate comment I ever received was when I didn't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you had a YouTube channel, and we did a job at Sunlove,
Oh yeah.
and I got it, and I was in because I picked the winner. Myself and Alfie picked the winner for Sunlove.
There was like 6 winners or 5 winners. or
whatever it
something,
was,
but
like,
yeah.
and that's when I started to kind of be in your videos more. I'm so excited. Okay, so winner number 1. Mommy's gone. Oh, Mommy's gone. Let's just have some fun. It's some brother and stuff down the microfiber. See, I got into YouTube in my 30s, so like I feel like if I was in my 20s or my teens, I probably would have been more affected by what people said. But because
It's way more.
I had already gone through like life all the way up into my 30s, that when people started saying things to me about reading comments about me, I was just like,
You're really lucky. I remember my first one was about my teeth.
yeah, that's
And
probably teeth as well.
I remember feeling really like self-conscious kind of for the first time about them, because people make you...
Is this before your current channel? Remember you had another channel beforehand?
I can't remember.
When you
It was
first
one of the
started,
first ever.
Hi guys, okay, so I really wanted to do a video today, but I didn't know exactly what to do it on. I have a lot of requests coming up, but I just wanted to do something different.
At the time, I never had an issue about my teeth, so I remember it made me like hyper aware, and that's the one thing that YouTube does make you, if you're not already like strong already, is that you will realize flaws about yourself that you never even knew you had.
No, hold on. I wouldn't say you realize flaws about yourself, because I don't think anyone really has any like flaws. I think
No, because before then,
people
I
can
didn't even
make
think it
you
was.
insecure about
Yeah.
things that you should not
That's
be
the thing.
insecure about.
Like no joke. I already had insecurities, but it wasn't my teeth. It was like other things. So that was just like, oh, okay. And how did I react? Like probably blocked and deleted the person straight. I was like horrified. But
That's funny, because I, over my 10 year, I've got tenure. Over my 10 years on YouTube, I haven't really blocked that many people, because
you just don't care.
I just don't care.
I took that really personally, and now looking back, I'm like, that is not even a bad comment. What were you doing? How's the house going? Will you take us on a remodel journey?
Yeah, definitely. Very excited to do that, guys. I don't think that
That
we're
was
just...
Julie Thompson, by the way.
Julie Thompson Miller. She is a dog.
I thought she just said
York-
she is a dog.
No,
I was like,
was
oh
it
my God, that's so rude.
Tony, Yorkie, Yanni, Lonnie? What's the name of the dog?
Ori.
Ori. Look at that. Never forget the dog's name. But yeah, anyway, sorry. She's been around since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was watching us before I even knew people watching me. So the whole plan is we're not going to just unveil like a finished house for you guys, because you know I want to do a renovation. It is a period property and we are going to renovate it and do all that like really exciting stuff, and we are going to take you along. At the moment it's going through the contracts with the solicitors, all that kind of stuff, like the funding's in place, everything's done. This week, actually in a couple of days, we're going to the house to do a full like audit of everything. We're getting pictures and videos of all the rooms, so we'll try and like get a little bit there to show you guys something. And then,
but obviously the current vendor is still living
yeah,
there.
he's still there, so obviously we can't come in and be like, hey guys, we're just gonna film on it. We're gonna make a couple of videos here. We're actually doing the Q&A in here right now.
I want to share the journey, but I will say that I am like
cautious,
hesitant about things because I know what people can be like. Not everybody, but like
we lived in this house in Cork, right? And people found our house, right, because they took Street View and Google Maps, right, and we had this little stone formation in the back garden, and they went Street View around the entire city of Cork and eventually found the thing in our garden, cross-referenced that with Street View, and then I think we might have been in Street View or something and found the house and connected the door to the house, and then people were then following us home from petrol stations.
You want to share things, but then at the same time you're like scared that it's gonna get ruined, or that
some people think it's a game.
Take it too far.
They just go on forums and they're like, this is where the kids go to school.
Yeah, and
this is where they live. This is the town
kids.
they live in. This is what they do. It's like, guys, it's not a sport. It's not a game.
I know.
Like, this is real life. Like, stop it. Unless we say it, don't. And if you find out about our new place, if you find out where we do live, like, don't leave a comment. Even if you're like, I'm just concerned that I've seen it somewhere. No, just
let it go.
cuteness.
Just let it go. I might know where Bono lives.
I know where Bono lives.
I know
where a lot of people live.
I'm not gonna say. Will you ever consider having a 5th baby, even when Emilia is 11?
We actually had this
I
conversation.
don't know why 11, but
We had this conversation with Erica, your mom, and Emma the other day, because we were talking about vasectomies, about how we were going to do it, and Erica was like, don't do it. She was like, you might change your mind.
because she said don't do it because I'm still so
You're so young.
I do genuinely, in my heart and soul, feel like 4 is the maximum for me.
4 to me is the maximum I'll have with Anna. You know?
Because
but see, the thing is, right, and my second wife, it's going to be like, we're not going to be interested in, we're going to like adult only vacations, and I'd be like, oh, the kids, mate, you know what I mean? And she'd be like, probably like, what, 20 years younger than me, you know?
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm like 10, so. I feel it like in my bones, like this is how many I can, not that I can deal with, but
you see, this is the thing, right? This is the thing that the videos have brought up, because we felt it in our bones when we had Eduardo. That was it.
No, we didn't.
Did
you
we not?
didn't.
Well, yeah, but you did.
Yeah, I did. I would have stopped at 2.
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
Sorry, Alessia.
Yeah.
But obviously I've changed my mind now, but I would have stopped at 2. But it was either going to be 2 or 4.
Yeah, so as we had
never gonna be
Alessia,
3.
I probably could have left it with Alessia.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah. You pushed
have blatantly. That's a blatant
It's
lie.
not a blatant lie.
We both knew, like. Oh,
No, yeah, because you were like, okay, like, I want number 4. So I was like, all right, fair enough.
Okay, that's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a blatant lie.
But if child number 5 and 6 and 7 are watching this, we love you just as much as the rest of them.
I mean, I just don't think that's gonna happen though. Because, okay, here's the
I hope
reason.
not.
Here's the real reason though.
Here we go.
Is that I feel like if we had any more, I don't know at this point in my life, as I'm sitting right now, that I would be able to give the same level of like undivided attention to each of my children.
The thing is though, and now that Emilia goes to school, and Emilia is like, she's kind of pulling away from us a little bit, like.
Speak for yourself.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, she has her mate.
No,
she wants to like.
She says to me, she's like,
No.
don't have any more babies.
No, but she's like, wants to do her own thing and everything, and I'm like, that's why there's space right now for Alessia and the next one, because I feel that like Emilia and Eduardo have got to a more age where they're a little bit more independent.
But they're not 100. Like, they're
Well, of course
still
not.
time. Like she said to me after I had Alessia, no more babies.
That's it, Mom. She snuck into the room the other night with the scissors. I was like, what are you doing?
And I was like, that, and she stopped saying that now. That was when Alessia was first born, because she was taking up so much of my time. Yeah, right there.
Oh, sorry.
So much of my time.
Room.
And she didn't like it. So I don't want to do that to any of my children. I don't want Alessia to get swallowed up in the whole family, you know, so. There's
always grandkids.
I think, for me, personally, right now, as it stands, 4 is enough. It might change my mind, but
this could be part of a story time video. That'll be the beginning quote, and it'll be dark, and it'll just be typewriting, and you'll be like, for me right now, this is the only one. Bit of Tom Rosenthal comes in. You've got the. God.
Are you guys still friends with Zoe and Alfie? If not, why?
That is probably the most asked.
That got a few likes. Oh God, I honestly think that when we had Alessia, I can probably count on my one hand how many friends we've seen.
Yeah.
Like since having Alessia, and we haven't seen like Zoe and Alfie in ages. We haven't seen
anyone.
Adam and Sabrina in ages. I haven't even seen Caroline Hyde.
It's just like what I was saying about I managed to put up videos every single day for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And then we had Alessia. And it was just like a whole new different thing. Like when we have the next baby, like I don't know what's whoever's left in our lives.
I just think, like, of course we're still friends, but I feel like, and like nothing happened, but I feel like when you have 2 kids, it's like, yeah, you can still make some time for friends. But when you have 3, it's just something happens where you're like, you're not getting any sleep, you barely have time to speak to each other, and it was just a massive shift, like a massive change for our family. And it's only now that she's turned 12 months that I feel like it's actually getting kind of easier. Like I'm starting to like text people.
Driving little.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to like text. I don't text people back ever because I never get a minute to myself, and it's terrible. And I know people are always like, you should still make time for friends, and of course you should, but oh my God.
No, there's a friend right there.
When you have small children, especially if you're in the baby stage, they're just gonna take first priority, and that's just what happens. And it is sad. I wish that I did have all the time in the world to like. Yeah,
like 2016 was. We always talk about 2016 was like we were traveling all the time.
Because Eduardo was
so many parties and friends and so much going on.
Because Eduardo was like
2017, Alessia came, and that was just.
I don't see friends anymore. It's terrible, and I do feel bad about it, but I just feel like this is all my brain capacity can handle right now. And people are really busy and just like doing their own thing, and like that's just kind of life. Did you ever consider breaking up?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say just answer it like on the count, like 1, 2, 3, and give your answer and see what we.
1.
Well, I just answered it. I was gonna say no.
No, I've had those relationships. You know, the ones, you probably had them too. Yeah, you've had them where you break up and then you get back together because it's familiar.
Oh, but, I'm so glad we didn't do that.
I still feel like nothing has changed. I still feel like we are still in that little rented house I was in that little room when we first met. And I still feel like it's still there. Like now you've got all these children and everything's changed, but I feel like nothing's changed.
I don't remember any time that we've been like, let's break. Like, no, it's just never happened.
Like we obviously have fights, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was another question we got, but.
We obviously have disagreements. We're both very passionate about our different things in life. I was talking to Vivian about this on the cruise that we were on. And she asked me that, and she was like, oh, like, you know, what is the core thing about you? Because she was saying, like, you guys never sit together. Well, and all the times you're having the meal. She was like, do you guys want to sit? And I was like, doesn't matter, because the kids are here. We just need to put kid, adult, kid, adult, kid, adult. And that was like the ratio. If it went kid, kid, the whole thing is ruined. And I was like, it doesn't matter, because, like, Anna, like, although she's my wife and my partner and my lover, she's my friend.
Yeah.
And that's it. She's my friend. Like, you know, one day the kids are all going to grow up and leave, and we're not going to stop being parents, but it's going to stop being about the children, and it's just going to be about us two again. And, well, you know, it's important to keep that relationship so that our personal relationship is always strong, and that's why we do like our little date nights, and we try and like each night like we try and like sit down together and like watch a show together, simple little things like that. So we're spending time together, we're talking to each other.
Yeah.
I think when you stop talking,
yeah,
is when the relationship starts to break down.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
which is sad. I can't imagine that. Like, if anything ever happens, like, doesn't matter, it could be anything really small that happens throughout my day, like the first person I'll probably tell is you.
Yeah.
Which, even if it's really stupid, like did I tell you about the learner driver that stalled at the red light?
Yes.
Like stupid stuff like that, where I'm like, why would you? But I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to tell Jonathan.
Because it's just like your mates, like you just have mates banter. It's not like I don't think like when I'm talking to the guys or I'm on a PlayStation or doing something with my mates and I'm like, oh hold on lads, the wife is here, like sketch.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
just
such
like
a different.
Yeah, it's just my mate.
Why does Anna's side of the family visit more than Jonathan's? I said. Why does Anna's side of the video?
Why does Anna's side of the video visit more?
Why does Anna's side of the family... Why does Anna's side of the family visit more than Jonathan's? That's the question.
It's really simple.
It's so simple.
Anna has a sister who is 25 and single. Anna has a sister who is 20 and single.
This wasn't my answer.
No.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And Anna has 2 half-brothers. How often do you see your half-brothers?
Oh, like never.
Yeah, do you see my family more than you see them? Because that's more of a relevance. Your brother's ages are closer to my siblings' ages. All my siblings are married with children, multiple children, and they all have full-time jobs, and they all have their lives away from this island. They don't live in the same country as us, whereas Emma and Erica are 2 young single girls, no responsibilities, and always available to travel. Margaret is always available to travel. You know, so like you see my mom more. That's it. Like there's no. Try not to read into things. Sometimes I think people read into things when they don't see things. Like we have a WhatsApp group with my family, and you know we talk every single day, and like we're all friends. It's just like we don't see each other.
But I
often.
also think it's a boy-girl thing. Like I think this is true, and I think most people are like this. And like your mom and I have spoken about this before as well, that she is generally probably closer to her girls' families because girls need their mums after they have kids. After girls become mums, they rely on their mother more than ever. And I think that's so true. Like, I've always been close to my mom anyway. Like, we've always had a good relationship. But definitely, when you have kids, you're like, you have something massively in common. And with boys, it's different because they, you know, they become dads. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they become closer to their dads. I don't think. It's just different. I think after, like, you give birth, you just look to your mom in a completely different light. And you need them more. Yeah,
myself and my brother both probably spend more time with our in-laws.
Exactly.
Because it's better to keep her happy.
No, but that's not even what it is. No. It's just like, I need it more than you do.
I never really find myself needing my parents.
So, I think this is so true for everyone. Like, people can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've heard from like my friends, my family, just everyone.
Well, Alessia and Emilia will always be around.
I mean, I think I'm just going to be the exception. When are you going to move to your new house?
Oh, hopefully in a few weeks. Like, hopefully, you know, I'm chasing all the time. I'm like...
It's not going to be a few weeks. It's probably going to be a few months. Moving in.
Yeah.
Moving in.
You saw the schedule that I have.
Yeah. Months, Jonathan.
Yeah, but, okay, sleeping there, maybe. But painting... and decorating.
Yeah, but that's not moving in, Jonathan. It's moving. When are you going to move in?
Well, when I get the keys.
No, we're not.
No, when I get the keys, I'll go in.
Okay. Yeah, but that's not moving in.
Yeah, but they want to see. They just want to see. They don't need us to live there.
They need an answer to this question.
Oh, I don't know, because we're obviously going to redecorate and change everything and do stuff. So, like.
Cool. Back in the day, how did you reach the decision to do YouTube full time? Was it scary? And did you have any struggles?
Yes. Back in the day, we were broke. And I got a job. And I was working that job. And then every time I would sit in the cubicles, skiving off work. And I'd be on my phone. And I'd be looking up my analytics on my YouTube channel. And I'd be like, if I can get 100,000 subscribers, I knew, because I would see what was going on in America, and I would see like big American YouTubers from like 2010 period, and I'd be like, they were all full-time, and I was like, I would love to do this full-time. Imagine making YouTube videos full-time. Like, how incredible is that? But unfortunately, it's not realistic, because you have rent to pay and bills to pay, and you can't just go chasing things for the lols. So every day we'd walk Albie every night, every evening. I'd come home and I'd be like, that's most of the vlogs were like me just like filming then and going to Tesco. Off to Tesco we go today, and just like basic little stuff like that, until the money that I was getting for like ad revenue started to come up very similar to my wage. Not all the way, but almost there.
Yeah. And
at the same time, the attention started to build on the channel. And I remember saying to Anna one day, I was like, oh, mate, like I can pay for our rent. I was like, could you imagine if we could like give a full-time effort onto YouTube, like, because I was only doing like a part-time effort. Imagine having all the time in the world just to make YouTube videos. And I remember telling my boss this, and he was like, you're a fool, you shouldn't do this, you should just stay here, you got a good job, you know. And I was like, mate, I gotta do it, I gotta go. And it was terrifying.
Yeah, it was like, what, 2011?
Maybe 2011, 2012, I'm not sure.
Yeah, 2011.
It was terrifying. We weren't married. We didn't have a baby. We had a dog. Did we have 2 dogs by then? We may have had 2 dogs by then. So there wasn't a lot of risk, you know, but still it was scary.
It was still scary.
Yeah, and it was just that the recession hadn't finished off, so there was still a lot of, you know, expectations in it, you know. So yeah, it was scary, but I have worked so hard every day since then. If anyone out there has an idea and wants to be an entrepreneur in anything, not just YouTube, be YouTube, you know, be whatever you want to do. Just always like give it 110%, like all the time, every time, because like this is for, I'm trying to build a future for my family, and I'm trying to build a future for myself and our home and our life, and pay for everything in school and fees, and it's a long time you got to worry about. We've got 4 children. School fees
3.5
for 16 years, you know what I mean, mortgages, commitments, life that we have to pay for, like
just like anyone,
just like really. Everyone else has a job. We just have a normal job that everyone else does, you know.
Yeah,
don't ever think of us as like, I don't know,
glamorous.
Yeah, because it's not. It's just like, this is our video diary, and I'm so thankful for people who watch our video diary, you know. It's cool.
Would you like to renew your wedding vows, like marry again?
Probably not.
No.
You see, like our wedding,
we've spoken about this before, like to each other, and yeah.
Our wedding was like, yeah, like you could say, like, look, we couldn't afford a photographer,
like, no
videographer.
flowers,
we had
really.
One little mandolin player in the background. Everything was a mess. Like the wedding video is my vlog of the day. Like the only thing
we did everything ourselves. I did my own hair, my own makeup,
but
my own.
That was our wedding.
Yeah, that was our life back then.
Today, you know, we've worked really hard. We've been kind of lucky. Everything's, you know, now we could afford to put on, like, we spend more money on our kids' birthday parties than we do on our own wedding. And we could afford to put on, like, an amazing, cool wedding.
But that's enough for me.
But what's the point?
Going to town on our kids' birthday parties is pretty much fulfilling.
That's their memories. They're, you know.
That. I'm just like, I have no need to be like, you know, I see weddings sometimes, and of course I'm like, wow, that looks amazing. But at the same time, I don't ever feel like jealous or like, I wish I would have had, like, yeah, of course I wish I would have had.
But I've had my wedding. It's like the proposal. It's like when we got engaged, we kind of like decided to get married together. And then coming towards up to the wedding, the reason I did the proposal is because I was like, I didn't want to not know what that's like. I wanted to do it for real. I wanted to do it proper, and that is the only proposal I ever intend to do. Was when I set my foot on fire.
How do you explain to your kids about the people who have rude or negative interactions with you about your children's safety and well-being, or is it easy to keep that part of YouTube away from them?
Well, Emilia can read.
Interesting question.
Emilia can read.
So 5, 4, and 1. I mean, how much are you going to discuss with them about that kind of thing? Like, it's like that would be the equivalent of discussing with them about a mortgage or something. You know, like it just doesn't make sense. It goes over their heads. What I will say though is that I think, like, as they get older, 100% I'm not going to hide stuff from them.
No, but I don't think the children are as involved with YouTube as it probably comes across.
they
Because
don't, no.
when you watch a video, you're only watching a small portion of the day that we film.
Portion
of the day
Small
that we film,
portion.
right? So it's like today, for example, we're not really vlogging today, right? So the kids are off. They're doing stuff. They're off
so
places.
much you don't
they're
see.
so like to them, they don't probably wake up in the morning and think about YouTube. They probably don't really think about it at all. Some days I won't even vlog. They don't act. They don't. Do you know what I mean?
They don't really
It's only such a small part. And
care.
as well, when I film, sometimes they don't even notice.
Yeah,
you
they
know? It's-
honestly, the ages they're at right now, I mean, that could change.
It will change, of course
it will change.
Emilia has friends and all watch YouTube, and she watches those Super Simple Girls. Or no, not that Super, that's Super Simple. That's Super Simple song. What are they called? 7 something girls. Not Simple Girl. She watches YouTube. That's why recently she's been like, now smash the like button or to smash the subscribe button or whatever, because she watches YouTube. She's kind of getting into it, but like I look at if you look at Shea Butler's kids, we discussed this years ago, and we were like, oh my god, your kids are gonna be teenagers way before mine, and you gotta let me know what that's gonna be like, and I think the kids will grow up, and then they'll either like just stop engaging with it, or they'll engage with it more.
The thing is, like, it's always been more about us than the kids.
Yeah, SACCONEJOLYs.
The kids are like a
But
massive part of our
SACCONEJOLYs
lives.
is a adult-led
an adult only
channel.
channel.
Adult-led family videos, like there's loads of channels on YouTube, and some of them are kid-led, for kids. You can tell by the thumbnails and the kind of videos that they put out. Or there's the ones like we do, which is just like, it's kind of about myself and Anna's life. It started off about us, kids came along, and at the other end it'll just be about us.
Exactly. It's like, we never started it to have kids on the internet. Like, that was never the plan. But of course, if you're vlogging yourselves and your family or your journey,
Well, they're way more
and your
interesting than me. Who wants to see me?
No, but it's like they're number one for us at the moment.
Well,
So
yeah, it's
of
like
course they're
most
gonna
all
be-
my family and friends who have like my family basically do vlogs, and they put them all in a WhatsApp group, and they put them on Facebook, and they put them on Instagram, and they put them everywhere. They just don't format them into a show and put them on YouTube.
Most people do nowadays, though, with Insta stories
They do,
and
actually.
Snapchat and
Yeah, I
stuff.
suppose.
We're
We're not even unique and cool anymore.
We're not at all. That's gonna move so much. Okay, last one.
Last one, friends.
What happened to your nanny? Also, I always wanted to know if you ever had a live-in nanny, and do you still have one?
I don't think I could have a live-in anyone. I have a live-in wife, and I have live-in children, and live-in dogs. That is it.
And we do a vlog every day on the internet. I think we
even if I didn't,
yeah,
do a vlog.
I think we so crave our privacy. Like, we have so much privacy, actually. And I don't think I could
when we first moved to the
up.
UK, after about 6 months or something like that, we eventually, because like we were like, oh yeah, I want to take all this opportunity, and I want to like take on.
Eduardo was 7 months.
Yeah, so we
when
did we did hire somebody for a while, but she wasn't like live-in or anything like that.
No.
And that lasted for what, 2 years? Up until
Yeah.
Emilia went to school, was it? The summer before Emilia went to school.
I can't remember.
It was about 2 years.
It was, and yeah,
it was
must have been
about, it was about 2 years. Yeah. And now the kids are in school. And like, yeah, we do, like we said this in the vlog like a few months back, that we were gonna like get someone to kind of help. And like, obviously when we go on date nights, the kids don't stay home alone. Obviously when we travel
if
for
I have
work.
to work.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean?
There's times when I'm at the benefit photo shoots that I did.
Always off at photo shoots,
just like once in a blue moon. But I'm just saying, like, there's times,
And date night stuff. Every parent needs, you know what I mean, relief. Like,
I mean, yeah.
especially when you got too many.
Especially if you're both still working, which I technically am, but I have taken a back seat, and I think that's why we don't have like
as much help as we used to.
Exactly, because I have taken a back seat, and I'm happy to do that. Like, I know I'll get back into it. I know. I also always breastfeed for the first year, so the baby is really always pretty much attached to me.
Yeah.
I think that kind of support is really good to have when we're working or we're traveling, and you need somebody secure that you trust and that you know is okay to like pick up the kids and bring them somewhere, or bring
like
them to
when we
a
just
friend's
did that
house.
cruise thing, that was we were working, and it's hard. We got 3 kids, so we brought someone with us that the kids knew and were safe, and they were like, you know, because again, like, you know, back to a few of the other questions, you know, how do kids respond when people come up to them and stuff like that? You know, that's why it's important that we have someone, you know what I mean, that is able to manage that
and who's like familiar with them, and yeah.
I think everybody, right? You can be honest or not, right? But everybody, before we had children, we had no clue. I'm never giving my child an iPad.
I said
I'm never going to do this.
I said I would never give my child an iPad. I said I would never sleep in the same bed as my child. Like, are you for real? Like, look at me.
There's a lot of things that you say.
Because you've no clue.
And then when you have experience of children, this is your reality now, my friend. You know what I mean? And like, you are going, give them the screen. I need 5 minutes of peace. Yeah. You know, you're gonna do things. So it's like, you know, that's all it is.
And
it's
you're
like,
not gonna be a perfect parent.
No, there's no such thing.
It doesn't even exist.
No child wants a perfect parent anyway.
My parents weren't perfect, and I still love them.
Yeah.
My parents made mistakes, and I still love them. There's no, I wouldn't change what they did or how they.
Because everyone's
parented.
parent is everyone's parent. It's like, there's that quote, "Mother is the word for God in the hearts of minds of every child." I know I went a bit deep there. But the things are all clicking up. Yeah, but you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's like, to everybody, their parent is the perfect parent that they needed.
That's true.
You know, but
unless you're like doing something
as good, let's say we're good at parenting our children. If you were to submit other children in here, we would mess them up because they would not be what I would need to do for them. You know?
I think that all the time. I'm like, I don't know how to.
It's not about who biologically made you. It's about who raised you.
Yeah. I personally, and same as you, you had au pairs, I think.
No, we had Spanish students.
Okay.
Hola.
Not safe. I'm not gonna say. No, but like as in, that's not really a child of mine. Because I'm qualified for.
We were talking about it when I used to be a kid, right? My parents would go to the supermarket, right? There used to be a bus parked at the supermarket. I don't know if this was just in Ireland, and you just put your kids in the bus.
100% must have been, because I didn't get that.
You just put your kids in the bus and close the door and go and do your shopping for like 40 minutes or whatever and come back out. You just take your kids.
Still alive.
I think it comes down to simple maths. It's like, if you earn a salary, right? And then if you have to go to work and you have to hire somebody to come in and do the job for you, if they cost more than you earn by going to work, it doesn't make sense. And normally in most families, they're like, one parent goes, look, if it's going to cost us like 35,000, 40,000 pounds a year to get healthcare, I earn 35,000, 40,000 pounds a year. It doesn't make sense. I might as well stay home and look after the kids.
Exactly.
That's the kind of balance. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. Preston, I hope you got your hair done or your cereal eaten or whatever. This video is probably super long. Let us know if you kind of like this idea. Maybe we could come up with some kind of thing, like a podcast. Are you listening to this? Did it sound good? I don't know. Anyway, if you didn't answer your question...
I did try and answer all of the ones.
There was a lot. There was a lot.
I know, and I think my thing cut out like after a while. I think it doesn't go back.
We will do more. Let us know. Hit the like button if you like this, right? And if it gets like, you know, not like a certain amount, but if it gets lots of likes, to me that's an indication that people like that it's super long and it's really informative and it's not like fancy edited. And leave comments, stuff like that. And let us know if you guys want more of this stuff. And respond to any of the things that we said below as well. You know, give your input to any of the questions that we asked.
I'm sure they will.
Sure they will. Thanks for watching though, friends. It's Anna and Jonathan, breakfast in bed. I don't really know what's going on, it's something I said. Woo!
Oh, say goodbye.